Continuing on with Gamesmaster magazine from August of 1999, we're now still on the review section from the people who was actually reading the magazine, so the readers reviewing section, I should say, and we'll crack on with it. GM Must Plays Soul Reaver PSX, Get Pass DC, and Pod Racer N64. The PSX was the abbreviation of the PlayStation when it was in development, and the game it kind of stuck around. So what we got here, a guy called Peter Veal, and he's reviewing WWF Warzone for the N64. Price £50 from Acclaim. GM verdict 85%. Never been a fan of the wrestling genre, but I did like to watch it when sometimes I watch it on YouTube. Guilty pleasure. My favourite game is WWF Warzone. It's some really amazing graphics, and the sound effects are incredibly cool as well. If I had to give it a score, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, because the only wrong with it is that it's on the PlayStation, so you don't have to have the Gauntlet mode or the Royal Rumble mode. But don't despair, if you've got an N64, you can get both of these to play with. On the plus side, for the PSX version, you do get a sexy lady who appears during the challenge mode after you completed a certain number of matches. So now, I bet you're wondering who all the WWF wrestlers are. And there is Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Handbangers Mosh, and Thrasher Kane. Ken Smirrick, The Undertaker, Mankind, The Rock, The Goalless, Owen Hart, now sadly deceased, Triple H, Fargo, Ammon, Johnson, and British Bulldog. And I have no idea who the majority of them are, unless it was The Rock. If you do buy this game, then make sure you start with either Steve Austin or Ahmed Johnson, because they have loads of moves to choose from. If you're more experienced though, why not win a match with Mosh? And he is one of the hardest wrestlers to use. One of the basic moves is the double underhook suplex, which can get by pressing left, right, tie up. If you do win with Mosh while on that hard setting, then you are very skilled at this game. I still don't think that it deserves a straight 10, because there's not enough wrestlers to choose from, and no ringside people watching the bouts. I think the game would be better if these things were included, along with some more moves and other wrestlers coming in to interfere or help out during bouts. If these things were put in, then this would make it more perfect game for me. Here's hoping WWF Attitude will be even better. WWF Warzone gives you opportunity to create creatures like this. Fair enough. Any of you gringos seen my sombrero? Fair enough. And that bit there, it says, look, I'm not coming down until you take the scary paint off your face and give me back my glove. No, I don't care how sorry you are. Gamesmaster verdict. The WWF Warzone comes close to bridging the gap between beat 'em up and wrestling than any other game. Fably fun for all. I've never been a fan of the wrestling genre in a game, but like I said, I do watch it if it's on YouTube. It's decent enough. I think we'll carry on with this as well. So we got old GT Gran Turismo, and I think it was Garbage who did a song called Gran Turismo, if I recall correctly. I wonder how they got around the copyright infringement on that. So we got a guy called Barnley Walker. Gran Turismo, format PlayStation, price $39.99 from Sony. GM verdict 96%. Gaming masterpiece, out now. And let's bring that up close so we can actually read it. I would say that my favourite game of all time is Gran Turismo. No other racing game has such realistic handling, diversity of cars, or just general brilliance. Admittedly, Ridge Racer Type 4 has better graphics and is a lot more easy to get into, but GT flogs it for the depth of gameplay, and I've played Ridge extensively. When you start with GT, you were given 10,000 credits to get yourself a motor. A second-hand Skyline is, in my opinion, the best. And then you get yourself a Racing B license. You receive the money for winning championships, and you can use this to buy a new car or to upgrade an existing one. Then it becomes an endless routine of upgrade, win championships, buy a new car, get a license. Soon you complete an immense in the world of GT, and you progress from being a rookie to becoming a professional driver. You also get some lavish cars to drive, like the Dodge Concept and the Subaru Impreza. GT is not perfect though. It can be a little bit repetitive, and it would be nice to have a few more European car brands. The tracks can also be a bit dull, and more of them would have been welcome too. As it is, GT is the best racing game ever, and look out for the high-res mode as well. It's stunning. All you need now is to satisfy my craving is GT2. And the car's the only thing, the car's the only start as long as you are. You got to come in first to get the fast tracks and to get the best vehicles. This really is the best race ever, unless your dream vehicle is a push bike with a wicker basket. That's it. Buy it. Yeah, I mean, some points there. Obviously, when Gran Turismo 2 came out for the original PlayStation, the 2 discs, so whereas before you had the 1 disc for arcade and obviously championship mode, with the sequel, 1 disc was for obviously arcade mode and the other disc was for the championship mode. So obviously there was more tracks, more cars, etc. I've never really been a big fan of car racing games, but the original Gran Turismo, it's something that I enjoyed it while I played it. I mean, it still looks pretty good today, albeit, okay, it's a little bit dated. But obviously the newer variants are quite good. But going back, obviously back to the late 90s, this was the creme de la creme. So, have you say, what about you having say? Well, we want is as follows: 200 to 250 words of your favourite game, or maybe one you really hate. And hey, we'd love to hear from a wide range of owners. Also, we don't want a review of a score, just reasons why you love, hate the game, when it could be improved, and why other games should be playing it. And remember, there is pads, memory cards, and all sorts of goodies up for grabs. So send your words and photos, photo booth pictures to us. And that's out now. So yeah, that's the reader's review section of Gamesmaster magazine. Like I said, Gran Turismo, in my opinion, on the original PlayStation, was the far superior one. Ridge Racer 4, though, it seemed like the car was a bit like Wipeout. It kind of like tilted up and it was a bit green, but graphical limitations of the original PlayStation cannot be... you can't really have an opinion of it because, like I said, the hardware wasn't quite there yet, but my goodness, it had the gameplay. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.